Hey guys, how we doing? Unfortunately, missed a setup here on the rejection. Um, as you can see, market came into structure, nice little rejection candle, broke the highs, then closed back below the lows. This was a classic setup for sells. Unfortunately, I was on a work call and I missed it. So we could see potentials underneath here. NASDAQ, I think we can see more potential shorts as well. We'll look for continuation of this. NASDAQ sells. I'm going to wait for the market to break. Let me just check the chat box. Where's the chat? Docs. That's right. All right, let's get a bit of music on. All right. Lola, good evening. Good evening. Good afternoon. Uh, Demi, or should I say Simon? Afternoon, buddy. So look, Nasdaq. I think the trade. Terry, good afternoon. So look, I've highlighted the gap on the market from Friday to Sunday, but you know nothing's really changed. Obviously, the market. Hey, Rich, how you doing, bud? Forget the ifs, buts, and maybes. The tariffs are still in. Um, things to potentially watch out for. Are have we missed it? Yeah, it's gone. Let's see. So this was the unfortunately I was just chatting away earlier, and unfortunately I wasn't live on stream, and I was on a work call, so I missed this setup. Yes, I was looking for buys above 3042, but for those of you that understand the systems, you know that not only will we be looking for buys above here, if we have clear candle space, I'll be looking for a potential false break, which this was a classic setup, but unfortunately, I had to take a call, so didn't didn't get there. I was looking for a market to break below here as well as the next setup. We just had a wick to work with. We didn't get a wick up, as you'll see. The market just gave us that wick to work with and sat there. So again, unfortunately, no setup. We did have about 40, 50 points, I think, at least down into this next support level. But I think Nasdaq will we'll see if we can break below this low here at 16,834 for setups. In fact, what's the yeah 16,837. Um, so if we break through that low here, um, so let's let's look for a potential sell underneath the hourly. I think that could look quite nice. So we'll come across to that shortly while we're waiting. How was everyone's week last week? And has everyone been trading actively today, or have you been sitting on the sidelines? I've done one trade today. Um, Nasdaq hit 40 points TP1 and then got stopped at break even. Um, as wild as these markets are, yes, there's opportunity to make some solid gains, but there's also opportunity to make some solid losses. So whatever you're doing, guys, just make sure you're trading with discipline. Because yes, you can hit some huge returns, but you as quickly as you can hit the returns, you always have to think about the downside. Unfortunately, most people don't think about the downside. They just let greed kick in, they take over, and their mind is all thought about how much money are we going to make. Uh, yeah, looks relatively nice. So who else have we got in the room that's being quiet? Is there anyone new to the channel, or is it all the usuals? Have we got anyone new in here today? If you're new to this channel, just say hello. Let me know where you're registering from, and right. Matty Brown, good afternoon, sir. How are you? Right, so look, I'm just going to bring this over here. We're going to, because of the state of the market at the minute, I'm still trading at half lot size. We're going to do a pending order. It's going to be a sell stop. Um, so the low is six. Okay, so this is where it's different. 16,862.95. So I'm going to go in at 16,861. 16,861. Put stops up at say 17,050. 17,050. Take profit and just put it back down at the bottom. So 16,440. 16,440. So look, there's the deal ticket. I'm just going to leave it there for a moment or two so you can all have a look at what I'm doing. So this, the trade that we're looking at doing is this. Oh damn it, where did it go? There. I'll do it in a second. In fact, I'm just going to place it now and then I'll bring it back up for you. There we go. Okay, so just so this is the trade. That's what we're looking to do. Okay, so there's deal ticket. Hey Aaron, how you doing, buddy? So look, we've got a short order on um, NASDQ. That's what we're looking at doing. Okay, so orders placed. Just move it slightly. There we go. So look, guys, I'll just bring the order back up so you can see it. It's there. We're looking for a break of this low. Now look, the bias for me is is just short. The market is in free fall. Circuit breakers have been going off all over the place. Um, if we look at the global indexes, so we'll get rid of that now. If we go to global indexes, you see pretty much around the globe, 2.5, that's NASDAQ, 4% down in China. It was more than that earlier. 3.79% the FTSE, 3.1% the DAX, 4.7% the CAC. The Nikkei probably performing one of the best, only 1.9% down. But just have a look at where they're tumbling from. The markets, the tariffs are hitting the world. Okay, they're hitting the world. The markets are going into fear, and they're crumbling. They're in China, etc. That right, we're about to trigger. Okay, so let's just I'll just bring you over to what am I looking for? we're about to trigger now, so change channel, TV 17. There we go. So we're about to go live. Close, but not yet. And we are live. Right, let's put partial TPs in. Again, I'm just going to go for slightly more than the usual, just because of the volatility in the market. So we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. Now, so I have been triggered, guys. Oh, let me know what's the delay like today, guys? Is the delay okay? Because I have changed a setting again, so hopefully it's a little bit better. All right, so market's moving. Oh, I've not had a coffee yet today, so we're 8 pips up. Let's see how we fare. Oh, we're back. Can you show the clock on your screen and I can let you know? I know what I'll do. The clock, it's here. It's oh, I know. Let me just go here. I'll just have a quick look on YouTube and wave, and then I'll be able to, and then I'll be able to. Oh, one, and then I'll be able to three. Oh, four. So it's about 4 seconds, guys, and then I'll be able to three. Oh, four. So it's about 4 seconds, guys, and then I'll be able. Right, we'll get that off. Yeah, so it's about 4 seconds delay, so much better. I think we might have lost a little bit of video quality by speeding up the latency. But these settings, I've saved them now. So every time we go live on YouTube, we should see pretty much instant. So there we go, guys. Let's see what happens. Uh, see if the markets behave for us again. So, uh, so what stop loss rules are you applying? So yeah, I've got 35 pips first TP. So I'm going to do 20 pips stop to break even. 20, yeah, that's about right. Calc, 35 times 0.7, 24 and a half. So another 10 pips and then we can get to break even. Now guys, some of you, if you've run in 20 pips, you'll have just hit T1. Right, I saw 25 there. So stop losses at entry now. Another 10 pips. Am I being greedy? Maybe. I'd like to see a little bit more of a push through. So you know what? If it fails at 24, 25 again, I'm going to lock some more. I'm going to take half off. So I can't lose anything now. But if we push down and fail to get through, so let me know if you banked half, guys. I've taken half there, guys. I took half at 30. Right, let's go 60. Okay, so next, who's taken some profits with me there, guys? Look, we do add next one. I'll do at 100 points. In fact, there we go. Stopped out at break even. All right, so it's another TP1 and stopped at break even today. So we got 30 pips. Let me know what you got, guys. How many pips did you get? Did you get 10? Did you get 20? Did you get 30? Did you get none? What was the outcome for you today? Um, I still like I still like this, but let's have a look what's going on with gold. Ah, that was a cracker. So gold, this was the trade, but we missed it, or I missed it. I was on a work call. Can't catch them all. Oops. What's going on with the DAX? Okay, the DAX is setting up. How many? Oh, that's not the right lot size. 0.1. Get rid of that. What's the? Right, I'm just gonna put this in here for now, but I'm gonna check the NASDAQ. Uh, 380 pips. So 19,260. Take profit. 19,260. Stop loss 19,820. Okay, so let me just check. It's a bit too much risk. So let's bring that down above the high if we're going to trigger. There we go. Okay, so we're risking about $1,900 on this one. I'll come back to. There's no point looking at gold realistically because I don't see. Hourly, we're going to have to wait for it to get through 1318. Yeah, gold's a no-go. Hi, Nigel. So we've sorted out the latency. Come on, guys. Did anyone take the Nasdaq with me? All right, let's have a look. Let's do a poll. Okay, good. So we're seeing some pips bank. I'm I'm really, really. I know we've got the order on the DAX, but I'm thinking of taking Nasdaq again live where we're at, and I'm going in. So let's put partial TPs in. I like this setup. Now remember, the partial TP that I've just put here, it looks like it's already hit it. That's because we've taken this trade once before. All right, let's bring, oops. I'm just going to put risk just above this little resistance area here. If it breaks the high of this candle, I'm going to close half. And stop loss at entry at 21 pips. Yeah, 70%. Break even. And there we go, guys. Let's take some more pips out of the market. This is like cherry picking. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to have my stop at break even for this one. So I'm only risking $125 now. Now the reason I'm doing this is because we've just banked twice on the same trade. So I'm going to give my stop on this second trade a little bit of breathing space. So if it breaks its own high, I don't want to be in the trade. But at the same point, price could come up and tap the entry point and then go again. So I'm prepared to hand back a little bit of what I've just made. Sorry, guys. And here we go. Okay, if we can break this low, then lovely. We've just, if we see a little bit more downside, if I see this over like 50 pips, I'll bring my stop to break even. Like I said, I'm just being a little bit more forgiving with it right now. And that's purely because we just had um, two winning trades back to back. Now, uh, so while we're just letting this one, so okay, so I've ended that poll. I'm just gonna do another. Let's do another one. Did you take second NAS trade with me? Oh, I don't know why it's all in capitals, so I do apologize, but it is. Hmm. So 2 votes, 2 yeses, and look, it's popped back again. Now look at the, just looking at the 5 minute, right? If it pops the highs, then fine. It's going to probably run up and come up into this 16924 area. But for me, this is definitely one. It's well worth giving it the opportunity to break the lows because just based on the 5 minute price action, we've created a new low. Then we've had a bullish downrange candle. Then we've had an outside bearish candle. So this next 5 minute candle, if it pushes up without breaking this high and then breaks the lows, look, that's where I see it. But time will tell. Uh, sorry. Let's get rid of that. Just had to delete the DAX order while I remembered. I don't want to have both of them on at the same time. Right, comics is opening in a few minutes. So in 8 minutes, we've got comics opening. Let's just let me get the NASDAQ up on this chart over here. Okay, that's fine. All right, let's have a look at gold here. Prices coming to support. Okay, there's potential longs here. So if this candle closes bullish in the next 8 minutes, the next candle wicks down, we can buy the break of the high to trade the range. Now, in order to do that, we'd need this trade to be either closed or at break even. I know we're only risking $125, so it's pretty much negligible, but they're just the rules that I adhere to. I know I did it the other week, where I had two trades running at the same time, but Look, in these market conditions, it's too volatile. The other week, the shit hadn't hit the fan. Now we're in a completely different dynamic. So right now, my NASDAQ trades, you'll see, are at half risk. So I'm trading at 10 lots as opposed to 20. Now, on that basis, you you could say I'm trading higher targets in the fact that I'm going for 35, 40, but that's because the market's more volatile. So just adapt to the current markets, right? So there's no point using the same risk and you're having to have bigger stops, or you could get caught on the wrong side of these volatile swings. So instead of, I don't know, let's say your normal risk is you lose 100 bucks or you lose 200 bucks, you don't then want to be losing 200 or 400 if it goes against you, do you? So potentially now just about to get knocked out of our second position for a small loss. Uh, It's holding in just. But like I said, I don't expect this one to stay in now. Just where it is. There you go. We're done. So today we are sitting at $497. Uh, let's get rid of that. And there you go. 497. So we'll um so that last trade just netted me $20. So again, I was prepared to give it the freedom in the off chance that it was going to give us the reward. But right now, no. I think you've got to wait for this higher time frame candle to close now on the hourly. We don't want to see it get stuck here. If it does, then maybe we're going to see a push to the upside. If not, we can look for market to come down. Oh. So I there's only going to be one more trade for me today, guys, and that will be either a break of this high here, and if this doesn't set up, if we don't get a bullish close and then a wick down to buy the highs, then the next trade I'll look for will be more shorts on the NASDAQ, but I want to see what happens. Sorry guys. Now, I don't know if that's pollen or hay fever or a bit of flu, but typical, is it? Weather's nice and here I am, sound like a. Anyway, anyone else watching anything different? Who's watching something different? Uh, sorry, 1 second, guys. Right, okay, so we have 2 minutes. Ooh, not exactly the candle I was wanting to see. But you never know, it can change in 2 minutes. All right, let's wait. Did you take the second NAS trade? 60% yes, 40% no. A lot of people have not answered, so either they've not seen the poll or they can't be bothered. Lazy. So we've had two NASDAQ trades. Interesting. Look what's happening on the NASDAQ now. See what's coming out. See if there's. I know they're talking about. Siri's listening to me and copying. The Japan minister has said Trump will listen to trading partners if they offer really great deals. Oh, anyway. Eyes on the bond market and tariff talk with no US data on the schedule. Okay, not a great deal. So yeah, it's everything's tariff related and bond related right now. So we so remember, as bonds go up, yields will drop. So there'll be a lot of appetite for bonds right now. And usually the correlation would be as bonds go up, you would see gold go up with it. Hmm. Well, I don't like the sells here. All right, let's. Nasdaq's popping. Yeah, Nasdaq's definitely pushing a little bit. Good job we secured profits and moved stops when we did. I'm liking gold longs, but gonna have to wait another 14 minutes realistically. You can put buys in above here if you want. I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna wait 15 minutes, see how this candle closes. Worst thing that's gonna happen is I missed the trade. Best thing that's gonna happen is it gives me more confirmation. Okay, so just remember, just by waiting for a candle to close, you're not hurting yourself. You're not damaging your account. Like I said, the worst thing that'll happen is you miss a winning trade or you miss a losing trade. But you can't do any damage to an account by missing a trade. So just wait, see what the candles give us. If it meets our setup rules, we take a trade. Mm, Just if the market came down to here, actually, this would be a nicer sort of range trade setup area. We've got, if you're looking at it on the bigger scale, so you've got your sort of like macro range and then your micro ranges. So we could see price rally from here. We've seen a stall in price. We've seen buyers push up, fail to take out the highs of a previous candle. So that's why I'd say I want to see buyers come back in and really hold this support level and push price up. Then if we get a wick down and buy the highs, then we can run up to here. If not, we're going to use this lower macro range to trade from. Yeah. All right, let's sit tight. Nothing, nothing. So realistically, what we've done is we've secured profits early in the session, and now we don't have to do anything. Look, I mean, obviously we'd have liked to have secured more profits. Um, we haven't. Am I going to turn my nose up at $500 for the day? Absolutely not. So it's a very simple process, guys. We just have to be patient, and working on your self-development will always be the best port of call for you. Okay. Right, I tell you what, while we're waiting for something to kick off over here, let's come back to TradingView because I do dislike MT5, MT4 for trading analysis. Um, okay, so not many of you took the second trade. Right. The reason for not taking the second trade, guys, why do you think that was? Did it happen too quick? Did you not like it? Feedback is always welcomed. Um, but we have sent out a few trades in the group so far this morning that have paid quite handsomely. Now it's right. What are we looking at, guys? Anything? So look, DAX DAX sell underneath 19642. Let me just check it's the same on here. Yeah, you got like 140 points. So close below here. Uh, I, I'm not going to look for longs, even though if we got something above here, I'd want to know something more concrete has come present from tariff talk. Okay, so you know, you could say potential longs above 20,000 and 20,028. Um, my preference would be pot potential shorts below 19,639. This is going to be like a no trade range, so we just ignore this zone. Now, no major news that's going to affect. Um, it's not just global prime, Nigel. This is because of the market conditions. Spreads are going to be wild everywhere. Uh, Spreads will be wild. And The only reason for that is purely because of the market conditions, the volatility in the market. So shorts underneath here, options. Uh, NASDAQ, yeah, again, let's get rid of this. Look for something similar. So wait for a close below 16,841. Now I'm going to put it same as I did with the DAX, but like I said, it's not something I want to focus on. Potential longs above 1709, 17,090. All right, Shias gold short. Let's have a look. Yeah, if we get below here. Now, as I said earlier to the guys, gold shorts, or I would look for longs from anywhere through here if we get a buyer candle. So if we get a buyer candle and a wick down, I'll look for longs. Mm, mm, mm. 30-minute structure. We've got 20 minutes for this 30-minute. So I'm just going to leave it where it is right now based off the 15, right? But the next 15-minute candle closes in 5 minutes. So I know. What do you think would put me off with looking at shorts on gold a little bit? What do you think would put me off a little bit? God, I had an awful night's sleep last night. Couldn't breathe. What do you think would be the one thing that would put me off a little bit? No, index is selling off. I'm I'm quite happy to trade gold short if indexes sell hard, but they have to sell hard. Um, it's just that it's moved like what, $27 in a straight line. So for me to get short, I'd want to see, and look, it doesn't mean that gold's not going to go short. Gold can drop 60, $70, it can rally $70. We've seen it. But if we think about the further it goes in a direction, the lower the probability of success you have without a retracement. So when I see something move as quick as this, I want to be trading as close to these levels as possible with confirmation. So ideally, if the market is going to break through here, I'd like to see a pullback into the middle of the range before it then comes down and breaks. Okay, so I'm just going to sit here, watch again. If I'm going to buy this market, ideally I want to see the next 15-minute candle in say 3 minutes come down, take out the low of the previous candle, the low, so the current one. So I want to see it come down, break this low, and then close bullish. Then we have a wick down, then we buy it. So we've got some new viewers in. Who's in? Who's new today? Or is it someone that's just not said hello yet? If you're new to the live stream, welcome guys. Always like to see new people here. Let me know where you're registering from. UK, European, US, Jamaica, South Africa, Australia, where you logging in from? Asia. Say hello. Let me know how long you've been trading, what sort of things you look at. Um, Here, primarily, gold, NASDAQ, and DAX. DAX, we trade. Hey, Prem, you're probably the closest person to me right now. There's probably about 2 floors separating us. So you missed a couple of trades. We've had two on the NASDAQ, one for 30, both 30 pips. Both for 30 pips and then stopped at break even. Uh, on the second trade, I was stopped for a small loss on the basis that I gave it a little bit more wiggle room. So I'm just waiting for this gold 15-minute candle to close. I think someone in our building is deaf, Prem. Don't know what I can hear, if it's a TV or if it's a phone call, but my God, it's loud. Okay, so what I'm waiting for is next 15-minute candle preference. I don't want to trade it if it just goes straight up. If it goes straight up, it's of no interest to me. I want to see it come down. I want to see it tap this level. Then I want to see it close bullish. And then I want to see a wick down. We can buy the break of the high. If it just goes long from here, then it goes long. Can't do much about it. 5-minute traders, yeah, you could look at that. And then 30 minutes. Yes, you could look at the 30. But then the hour, so looking at the hourly, you can see we've got the range formed. So if you're going to trade the 30, you want to see anything like this, nice kind of rejection candle. But look, the issue I've got with this, I wouldn't trade the 30. And this is why I wanted it to come down first. Because by buying the high of the 30, let's say it closes like this, the next candle wicks down, then you buy the high of it. Whereabouts are you buying in the range? Whereabouts in that range are you buying? If that's the range, whereabouts in that range are we buying if we buy it? Right in the middle. Couldn't be a worse place. Right, right in the middle. Worst place. So just avoid it. Don't even, don't even contemplate doing it. Watch it. If it plays out, it plays out. You can mark it down as go. That was a trade I spotted. I didn't trade it because it was bang in the middle of the range. Highest probability is going to come from here or here. Uh, okay, so gold's done. Nothing for me on gold. DAX, we have potential. NASDAQ, we have potential. So we're just going to wait for a 15 close below on the NASDAQ. So gold, now we have had price run up and reject this area. I'm happy if we get a close below and I'm happy to sell it. Okay, so literally what I was saying is when price came down here, I didn't want to sell gold if it just came straight down. But now we've seen price turn here. If it pushes up, we create another, let's say, bearish candle here. Then we've seen a small rejection and a retracement for us to then continue lower. So happy with it on that basis. Not playing ball with us, guys. Look at that. NASDAQ's literally just popped 100. Is that right? It just moved 200 points in that last 5 minute candle. And this is why spreads are crazy, guys. Look at that. 1 minute candle, 145 points. That is exactly why spreads are crazy. We just sit tight. If we get our opportunity, we're going to take it with both hands. So we're going to 40. Let's change it. So yeah, today I'm going to be calling it a day at 2:30. Done what I needed to do today, um, but we're not really, like I said, markets are mad. Oh, yeah, markets are absolute bonkers. So we just trade at reduced risk, wait patiently for our levels, wait for the price action setups, and then we do what we need to do. Okay, who's this? We're going to get the Dow to 50,000 from 37,800 now. We're lowering oil prices. China, Vietnam, and Germany are going to have to engage in fiscal stimulus to reorient their economies. Any talk of recession is silly given expected tax cuts. Okay, so I'm guessing this is why we're seeing beware of claims of an emergency Fed meeting. It's making the rounds on X that the Fed is holding an emergency meeting to potentially discuss a rate cut. Unfortunately, it's just a regular meeting. Okay. Trump will listen to trading partners if the okay. So yeah, everything is just revolving around these tariffs right now, and rightly so. You know, the one thing we know is that Trump will run the US as a business, not based on politics. So he's uh he's going to make difficult decisions, and he he kind of doesn't mind about the initial ramifications as long as and he uses that power as like a bargaining tool. So we just have to let the market digest the information, let the market bombard all over the place. I mean, I do like, if you look at something like the Kiwi, yes, this is your COVID level, and we've basically tapped straight into that. Now, Are we going to see something similar? Could we see? I mean, even if it does what it did here last time it touched, which was run up to 65, that's 900 points from where we currently sit. Got some monster moves here. So look at some other ones like one of Nolan, head trader here. He looks more swing style entries, and he highlighted Aussie CAD open list. So if you look at Aussie CAD, whoa, I mean that's literally come right into these levels, spiked through it, and now we're seeing it potentially reversing, coming back. Now this is where I'd want to be looking at the lower time frames. So look, what do we see here? High, lower low, lower high, higher low. We've broken through those highs. Next pullback, buy it. Stops underneath. 30-minute, you had the opportunity here at 86.32. Um, maybe you're going to see price reject this area, pull back down, and then you can look for the next entry. But there's going to be huge pips here as well, guys. Oh, look at it. Gold is popping off that level. Unfortunately, it didn't set up for us. I wanted it to come down, test, give us a bullish candle. Well, it's given us a bullish candle, all right. Mm. Wow. Okay, EU's von der Leyen. We are ready for a good deal, but ready to take countermeasures. So basically, they're all coming to the table now. Everyone. So basically, Trump's tariffs are bringing everyone to the table. Yeah. So this could be a huge buying opportunity in the stock market for those long-term investors. If they do come back and deals get agreed, stock market's going to bounce and it's going to bounce hard. There might be more pain before the bounce comes though. All I'm going to do is look for the setups. Now, look at the dollar yen. This thing opened below 145.50 last night. It dropped down to 144.80. It's now at 146.90. So it's rallied what 220 points pretty much since the lows of the day. So since midnight, it's done 220 points. So the 2 o'clock candle is about to close. Let's see what happens. NYSE opens in 33 minutes. I'll be sticking around for that. Who's still in, by the way, guys? Let me know who's still in. Yeah. Hey, Terry. Nice one, mate. I just, I know when the lunch breaks are over, I see the viewing count drop. 2 o'clock. We're just seeing a good handful leave just as the hour's turning, which I get. Hey Rich, how was your weekend, buddy? I expect nothing else from you, Simon, now. 100% focus. Look, these risk currencies are starting to pop. So Aussie's up 42 points, CAD's up 20. Oh, CAD's down 20 points. Kiwi's up 16 points. This was down quite a bit in the early hours. Yeah, see, it's rallied from 23, 55, 23. So 80, it's up 90 points from the lows. So Kiwi's moving quite nicely. Mm. All right. Yeah. Slow, slow, slow. As volatile. See, this is the thing, right? As volatile as the markets are, right? This is for the bullish gold guys. It's not giving you a wick down. If you got a wick down here, guys, if you really wanted to, you could be looking to get long here. But like I said, the thing that puts me off is just it's in the middle of the range. So that's something that you have to decide on how you're gonna take those potential trades. Will you do it every time, or do you want to do it now just because you think the market's gonna soar? So what's gonna happen? What are you thinking, guys? On the open, Nasdaq, DAX, Nasdaq, S&P, Dow Jones, tumble or rally? What are we thinking? I mean, I don't care. I really don't care which way it goes. My preference, obviously based on the current climate out there, would be for it to continue to the downside. Um, but we also have to remember that it won't just keep selling. So I'll give it to the open. And like I said, so at 2:30, I'll drop off live stream and I'll see you tomorrow. But in the meantime, I'll keep flicking through the charts, just see if anything is setting up or if there's anything anyone wants me to have a look at. Please say, guys. Rich is saying rally. Anyone think anything different? Trump's last message on Truth Social: "Don't be weak." He's just put the United States has the chance to do something that should have been done decades ago. Don't be weak. Don't be stupid. Don't be a panicant. A new party based on a new party based on weak and stupid people. Be strong, courageous, and patient, and greatness will be the result. So he's hammering down the tariffs. He's gonna stay. He's gonna stay strong until he gets the deal that he wants. So expect. I think. I think expect more pain. I think expect more pain. until we see otherwise. 25 minutes for the open, guys, and then we'll make a decision of what we're doing. If the market isn't behaving in the manner that we see fit, then we're going to wrap up the stream and I'll see you tomorrow. Members, I'll see you at 7 a.m. Everyone else, let me check my schedule, see if I can do a YouTube tomorrow. Uh, what? Tuesday. Yeah, but tomorrow I'll have to finish exactly at 2 o'clock. I can't go on past 2 o'clock. Yeah, so can't do anything past 2 o'clock tomorrow, guys. Asian markets suffered biggest market loss ever, except for 1987. Wow. The statistics aren't great reading, but this is why everyone's coming to the table now. So you get people coming to the table, it'll be handbags, deals may or may not be agreed, but this is why we're getting a little bit of a market lift, just because people are saying they'll come, they'll talk. So it's a little bit of positivity as opposed to, right, more counter tariffs. But until anything's agreed, expect the volatility to remain high, expect the moves to be massive. Um, and that's why you should trade with caution. Like I said, I'm trading at half risk. Yeah, you can go for bigger targets, but like I say, you're not going to trade at normal risk and the market be twice as volatile because then you're effectively increasing your risk. Yes, you're increasing your potential gains, and that's what 99% of people will look at. Yes, I can make more money. But it's not about the making more money, it's about either staying in the game or protecting your capital. Then making money will come second. Okay? That's why so many retail traders get burnt because they just think about the upside. The upsides, the gains, that's what they focus on. And on that basis, it just means it's like going into the gym and just trying to pick up the heaviest weight. You don't do that, you're going to get injured. You go in, you start off on a whatever weight you can lift. You do multiple repetitions, you do it for multiple sets, and you run this program for the week. You come back the following week, maybe increase the weight a little bit. Then you do it again for the third week, and then fourth week you have a little bit of a rest and come back down. This is what they call progressive overload. So you're constantly increasing the weight based on your performance. And then after a few weeks, you give your body a rest. Now, you don't need to do that with trading. What you do with trading is if you take a loss, meaning you go backwards 1 week, then is what you'd want to do is you then want to maybe cut back your risk a little bit. So very, very simple little process. So cut back your risk, and when you see results starting to turn back in your favor, then what you do is you can then increase the risk. I'm doing. So, so 21 minutes. Yeah, go. So gold, look guys, this is what we're looking for. Gold, I'm happy to trade it either way. Buys above 3040. Once we get a close above and a wick down, we can trade it up into this area, which is 140 pip range. It doesn't look like it, but that's just because the moves have been so wild recently. Each candle is massively oversized. I'm happy to sell gold underneath 3014. NASDAQ, want to be selling, oh, I put L's. Sells below 16841. So I'm just waiting for a close below this area. 15 minute, 30 minute. 30 minute, you got to wait to the open. 15 minute, if we actually drop below this area. Uh, if we drop below here, then yeah, let's get ready. Oh shit. Something's in my eye. Sorry, guys. Okay. I tell you what I just need to do. I just need to change fixed lot size. There we go. That's 10 pips. I mean 10 lots. Alright, I'm not placing a trade there. I'm literally just pulling up the level, the lines that I will use to place an order if I want to go ahead with it. So we need to see the market close. I need to see a close below here on the 15, below this support level, or on the 30, I need to see close below here. And then if it does, sell stops will still be going in underneath this area here. So we've either got 3 minutes or 18 minutes to wait to find out if we're going to place a trade. Have we got any new? I see numbers have just gone up a little bit. Who's in? Registered from? Are you new to the channel? Have you been here before? It's not been a massively active session. We've had 2 trades on the NASDAQ, 30 pips on the first trade, and 30 pips on the second trade. However, the second trade, we didn't move our stops to break even, but we did significantly reduce our um, stop loss. And the reason we didn't move our stop loss to break even is because we wanted to give the trade chance um, to push a lot lower. And that trade did make a little bit of money, only $20. But yeah, that's what we've done so far in this session. We've looked at a couple of other trades, but the market hasn't allowed us based on candle setups. Okay, yen has closed the gap. I think looking at this, I'm just gonna, while we're waiting, guys, I'm just gonna have a quick look at some of the pre-market stocks. I'll change TV so you can see what I'm looking at. Right, 6%. Okay, 5%, 1.6, 1.8, 2.5, 3%. Okay, so there's some big tumblers in there. But we're not. Google was probably the best performing one on a shocking day so far for the market. Um, so that 15-minute candle is now closed on the NASDAQ. We didn't get down here, but I am looking at those markets. I'm thinking we're gonna go south. 14 minutes. Gold short on NASDAQ short. I'm yeah. I'm thinking NASDAQ short. Now look at this, guys. Gold shorts underneath here as well. Exactly what I said I'd look for. If price came down here, rejected, gave us a lower high, and then broke the lows, I'd sell it. I didn't want to sell it after it just come straight down. Which one to trade? 15 minutes. Who's got a preference? All right, so I'm going to do a little poll. If we see I'm thinking, in fact, I'm happy to trade either, just whichever one gives me the best setup. So we're looking for a close below here in the next next 12 minutes. If you want to do an impulse entry or momentum entry, meaning we're looking for the flood of cash that's about to hit the market, Then trading momentum entry will be just be placing a sell stop underneath this low. I'm going to give it the 12 minutes. We've done the hard work today. There's no point handing anything back. Mm. 11 minutes. 11 minutes, and then hopefully we can either call it a day or we can get a trade on. So sit tight, guys. Don't force the matter. We get a sell below here. We're going in. Normal risk. Getting close, guys. 9 minutes. 9 minutes. So, who would be in for taking a short on the NASDAQ? Let me know if you're up for taking a short underneath the NASDAQ. Eight minutes to go. Come on, markets. Give us that opportunity. If not, I'm done. We sit and wait very, very patiently for this opportunity. Now, do you remember last week, guys? We literally waited right until the end of the stream. We'd been sat here an hour and a half, not one trade. At least today we got two early doors, but we hadn't placed one trade, and we sat here right until the end, and it set up for us, and we took some pips out of the market. Now, that's what we need to be. You need to have that mindset that, look, you could sit here the whole time and not place a trade. And if that's the case, then well done because you stuck to your rules. If you sit here and then you get itchy fingers to place a trade because you've sat here for an hour and a half, and you've still not placed anything, so what? You don't need to trade, guys. It's not about trading, it's about making cash, right? At the end of the day, you want to make as much money as possible. And sometimes not trading will make you more money than trading because you're not going to take a silly trade. You're not going to lose and add a big fat loss to your P&L line. Six minutes. You just need a little close underneath here and we're good. Okay, so we have yeah, 5 minutes 15 seconds. Once that time's up, guys, we hopefully we can get an opportunity to sell underneath this low here. Just so you're clear about it, it's this low here. But we just need to see this candle close underneath here like this. Oh, bit wonky. It's making the right noises. Oh, 5 minutes. Are we gonna blitz through those lows? Looking like it. Is this gonna screw our setup? So yellow line is where we're gonna have a pending order. We've got about 4 minutes, guys. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Where did they go? Sorry, I just moved the lines by mistake. So we've got 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Hopefully it doesn't drop too much in that 3 minutes. As you saw in the previous minute candle earlier in the session, it moved to 180 points. So we just need a close below this level. That's what we're looking for. Close below there, and then we're nearly set. Right, let me know who's going to be taking the trade if the setup comes. If we get a close below and then a wick up, who's taking it? Oh, the jitters are coming in now. Who's going to be with me? Yeah. It's like the NASDAQ's like my good lady. I'm scared of her too. Treat it gently, it looks after you. Handle with care, should say on the. About a minute and a half. Trump, Japan is sending top team to negotiate. It keeps dropping. Don't want it to drop anymore. Right, there we go. We've got 1 minute. Thirty seconds. 32, sorry. We'll see. Right, try and have a little bit of a rally, please. Just a little bit. Ten seconds. I don't want it to close as low as this. Come on, give us a bit more of a wick. It's no good. Alright, let's see if it pops a bit higher. I need a top wick. I need a top wick, guys. If we can get it to test here, if we can get it to test somewhere up here, I'll sell the original low of the previous candle. But it needs to have it needs to push up. If it doesn't push up, there's no trade for me, guys. Come on. Okay. Test here. I'm going to place the order. There we go. Okay, so original entry price has gone in. All right, let's go 30 pips. Now, I'm not going to do any sort of we McDonald's apple pie caution hot. Okay, we're in. All right, let's bring that down. There you go, TP1, guys. That's the easiest 30 pips you'll ever get. What are you scared of that for? I told you, handle with care. That was what we call trade excellence. I don't care what it does now. All right, done. Sayonara, guys. It's probably going to drop now, but I'm not bothered. We did what we needed to do. Who took it? That was a quick 30 pips, guys. So 644 now for the day. I was hoping to see a bigger bigger drop, but that's what we got. Well done, Rich. Well done, team. Uh, we came, we shot, we scored. Well done. $100 for Aaron. Nice one, mate. Well done, guys. Take care. Have a great day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Unless you remember, I'll see you at 7 a.m. Good night, guys. Bye 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 bye.